It's Tony time. It is June 11th and the Tony Awards are tonight, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock Central Time. This is kind of a break from the regular content. My upload schedule is still Monday through Friday, so this is just kind of a bonus video for the week. And this video is kind of dedicated towards theater fans, so if you're not really a theater fan, I don't know that you'll enjoy this video too much, so if you want to click off, that's fine. There'll be a new video tomorrow anyway. Every year at Tony time, I like to go through the shows that I've seen since last year's Tony, since last June being June of 2016 through this year of 2017. The amount of shows I see in a year kind of vary. For instance, between the 2015 year and the 2016 year, I saw 6 shows, and between 2016 and 2017, I saw 2 shows. So it just kind of varies. I'm not near New York. I see the shows that come through the Des Moines area, and then that's pretty much what I do. As you can see, I'm wearing my picture. Pippin is my favorite musical of all time. All in all, I've never hated a show. I've had shows that have not been my favorite show. I think that if people are lucky enough to be able to perform each night for their show as their job, as their source of income, then that's something that's always like admirable to me. Now, what I mean by my least favorite show, it's not by any means a bad show, but it's just my least favorite, just experience-wise. My least favorite show that I saw was Lion King. And the reason I think that is because it was a lot like the movie, and also, like, Lion King is a lot of kids' first show that their parents take them to. And so, the parents sometimes aren't adapted to a theater, and then obviously kids have a hard time sitting through 2.5 hours, so they're getting up and going to the bathroom, they're walking around the theater, and we were sit like way in the back, so we saw everybody getting up and moving, that it was just, you could never focus in on the show, and that was an issue for me. This is the way it works. I will give each show a rating on a scale from 1 to 10 Barbra Streisand. Now, the first show I saw was Rent. I saw the show on November 27th, 2016. That was around Thanksgiving weekend. Here's a picture. I enjoyed the show particularly because in today's age, you see so many like new musicals that are like adapted technology, and they move the sets in like different ways. So it was really interesting seeing a show that came out in the 20th century versus the 21st century. The story of Rent follows young artists struggling to find a living while residing in Alphabet City in New York City. The show takes place during the AIDS epidemic and follows the stories of people of different races, genders, and sexual orientations. Rent won the Tony Award for Best Musical after its release in 1996. In 2005, a movie adaptation of Rent was released featuring all but 2 of the original 6 cast members from the show. The show closed its doors on September 7th, 2008 to become the 10th longest running show on Broadway, closing with over 5,123 performances, bringing in a gross of $280 million. The show has now been pushed back to become the 11th longest running show after being passed by Wicked in February of 2016. Now, this show was a really good show. I saw it with my sister, but so out of Barbra Streisand's, I will give it a 6 out of 10 Barbra Streisands, just because comparing a music from 1996 and comparing that to, say, Dear Evan Hansen from 2017. The next show I saw was called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Here's a picture. This was the first Broadway play that I've seen, and also one of the most moving shows I think I've ever seen. The show is based off of the book by the same title by Mark Hayden. It follows the character Christopher Boone, who has an autism-like condition. This is one of the aspects I loved about the show, is because it never fully tells you what condition he has, but it is left up to the imagination of the public to decide the similarities between conditions that exist and the conditions that are visible in Christopher's character. The show takes place in Swindon in London, England, and follows the 15-year-old maths genius Christopher. The play is seen on a grid through the eyes of Christopher. It starts with the death of the neighbor's dog Wellington, and Christopher is determined to find the murderer. Prime numbers and maths have a huge part in the life of Christopher, that every aspect of the show has a mathematical location, even the music. The music in the show is divided by prime numbers and prime frequencies. That is honestly probably one of the most complicated pieces of music that are probably in existence today. Which means the man who composed it has to be like a genius himself. So like 2, 3, and 5 is a prime number. Now, I don't want to give too much away about the show because it was honestly that incredible of a show. So if you ever get the opportunity to go see it, then I really suggest you do. It's that amazing. So if you live in any or near any of these cities, then I suggest you get your tickets, because it's honestly an amazing show. I give the show 9 out of 10 Barbra Streisand, which is the highest award given in my Tony Day celebration. What shows have you seen this year? Go ahead and tell me in the comments below, and tell me if you agree with my list. If you've seen Rent, or if you've seen The Curious Incident, please tell me if you would kind of give it the same rating, and if not, then tell me what reasons. Thank you for watching this video. If we could show some support and see if we can get this video up to, let's say, 20 likes, that would be honestly amazing. Also, add me on Snapchat. The QR code is popping up on the screen right now. I will be posting snaps from the Tony Awards, not from the Tony Awards. I won't be there, but I'll be watching it, and I'll be posting snaps at my personal Tony Award Day party. Anyway, that about does it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video in particular. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We will continue on the road of daily uploads every Monday through Friday, so stay tuned for that. My name is Nate, or Graf, and it's been real, so peace. Okay.